Red Hawks sealing the deal. Huge win for them. So the FCAT crew, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's boys basketball. Frontier strikes right back. Dredge takes the three in the corner. 3 threes in a row for the Red Hawks. Pulls the three. Yes! What a shot! Oh my God!
Look at that!
And you can kiss that goodbye!
That's the game.
This is exactly how the JV game is going. Hello and welcome to Frontier Community Access Television. I'm Mason Smith, joined tonight by Braden Repold. We're coming at you live from Goodnow Gymnasium, where the Red Hawks will be facing off against the Ludlow Lions. It is the home opener for the girls team, Braden, and they're coming into this game looking pretty strong so far. They have a 4-0 record, face some pretty tough teams as well, and the Lions on the other side of the court, I've only played one game so far, 0-1 on their season, and they lost 27-46 against Franklin Tech. So they're up against a pretty tough team in the Red Hawks here tonight. What might we expect from the Red Hawks to try and continue this win streak early on in the season, Braden?
I think what we're going to see is a very dominated ball game in favor of Frontier. I mean, taking a look at, they have 4 wins, and a lot of them are blowouts. I'm mainly focusing on Greenfield right here. We have 70-16 in favor of the Hawks, so.
Yeah, I mean, it has definitely been a pretty strong start to the season for the Red Hawks, but I think we can say that we expected it to a certain degree. You know, they had a very good last year and a lot of returning players. And speaking of returning players, not one single senior graduating from the Ludlow basketball program for the girls last year. This is all returning players or new players in general for the Lions. So we'll see how they fare tonight at the Nest. Absolutely. With a small crowd showing up here.
On the other side of Frontier, we have 3 seniors this week: Ashley Taylor, Claire Kirkendall, and Liv Michon.
The Metro High Schools of MMA cordially welcome you to this game. The students participating in tonight's contest are representing their schools, their families, and themselves. Please encourage these student athletes with your personal display of support and good sportsmanship. And now for tonight's starting lineups, we'll go to the Ludlow Lions first. At guard, number 1, Riley Grunwald. At guard, number 15, Abby Toomey. At center, number 22, Nora Adams. At forward, number 11, Kaylana Morat. And at forward, number 24, Ava Freeze. And Ludlow's goes by Ava Papadopoulos. And now for your Frontier Red Hawks. At guard, number 3, Addie Harrington. At guard, number 10, Sky Steele. At center, number 11, Claire Kirkendall. At forward, number 21, Olivia Michon. And at forward, number 22, Harper Festo. And Frontier is coached by David Michon and Jared Campbell. And the officials for tonight's game are Greg Paplana and Robert David. And would you please rise for a national anthem?
Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. My name is Jonas, and we are coming here live from the Good Now Gymnasium. As we already said, it's the Ludlow Lions who are the opposition for the Red Hawks here tonight. Crowd mostly composed of Frontier's JV girls players tonight, Braden. But we've got a few guys who came over from the boys basketball team, both varsity and junior varsity.
Great to see the support from both sides.
They post about each other too. All their wins and losses go on each other's Instagram stories. And on the other side of the court, mostly some parents supporting here for the Lions, and just a second-year coach in Coach Ava Adamopoulos of the Lions, Braden. So that's compared to Coach Michon. This is his 4th year here with the Red Hawks. He's been here a little while now, and he's had some relatively good success with the program. Taking the jump ball is going to be Nora Adams against Harper Modesto. Modesto wins it over to Addie Harrington. Takes it up on the right side. Strong pass over to the left. Now it's Michon in the corner. Dumps it down. And Steele cashes in the first points for the Hawks off the glass. And she picks up a steal as well. Pitches it back. Michon to Steele, who recovers after a bumbled pass, and the J isn't there for Harrington. Now the Hawks reset. 3-ball. Kirkendall rattles down.
Eventful start of the game, Mason.
Strong for the Red Hawks. Trying to thread the defense there was Riley Remillard, but she gets knocked down. Michon turns it into points on the other side of the court. Now moving slow here, that's Ava Fries. Asking for some help, almost going over the half-court line there, but she gets the pass forward. Now it's Toomey with it. Getting pushed back again by Michon. Playing some heavy coverage up top, splitting the defense again. Oh, look at the handles, pitches it out. Now it's Toomey at the point. Between the legs, back, now feeds it in for Fries. Not there. And that was not Fries, excuse me, that was Nora Adams. That was on the play. Harrington didn't want to pull up at the arc. Now Modesto traces the baseline, gets her own rebound, puts it back, and it's not there.
Mason, I don't think this is the kind of start Ludlow was hoping for. Down 7 in the first, 2 minutes, but we'll see if they can come back from it.
It was definitely a tough JV game as well, Braden.
Absolutely.
And so they might have that in their mind a little bit, but really 2 different teams that are playing JV versus varsity. And that is going to be first foul against Harper Modesto. Just her and no one else in the paint for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, no one else.
And a conversation being had with Coach Adamopoulos as the first throw goes down for Moret. Second take from the nail is good. 2 for 2 at the line there is Kayliana Moret. With 2 minutes gone in the first quarter, it's 7-2, Hawks on top. Rainbow pass, Harrington drives into the key and draws a foul on her way up.
I think she'll be taking the line. Mason, I think one of the players they're going to have to watch out for tonight is going to be Skylar Steele, because she's a very athletic player, and so she's going to bring a lot of intensity to her game today.
She always brings a lot of intensity, Brayden, and this is your first time seeing the girls play, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll be in new territory.
Yeah, we've talked, me and you have talked a lot more about the boys, and I can tell you right now that for the Red Hawks, I mean, you can look at the seniors for some formidable opponents, especially defensively. They play very strong defense, and that knocks off of her foot, recovered by the Lions. Fries drops it off to Remillard. Now pitch back out. Fries, short shot,
Rebound by Skylar.
And now Steele pitches it off of her foot. Looks like it'll stay with the Red Hawks.
I think she's got, what, 3 boards now so far? Starting off strong.
Yeah, and that's the kind of aggressive defense that I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, especially grabbing those boards is crucial. I mean, we saw it last night in the boys' game. They were starting to fall behind. They weren't getting as many boards up there, but
yeah,
they can keep that up, and I think they can stay strong through the game.
It's a crucial point to any basketball game, Braden, and both teams have started to play it really well. So now that's a strong pass to Harrington.
Shot.
Again, a good read from the Red Hawks. And I think that was Steele who picked up an assist on that play.
I think you're right. It was a beautiful pass right back door.
Yeah, saw the motion, read it well. Now Campbell up to Jazzy Hayes, and the pass looked like it was deflected. Oh my goodness, look at the bag from Jazzy Hayes. Steele wants the triple off the iron. Hayes gets the rebound. Strong pass goes too far, and that's going to be backcourt.
I think Jazzy Hayes is such a shifty player, and her bag runs so deep, and being able to see her make a save like that behind the back is just insane. I think it's great to have some kind of talent like that on the team as well. We have, I think, a very talented girls team here.
Absolutely, and that will be a foul against Hayes. She's not one of the Red Hawks starters, but she has earned her playing time, and she's ended up being on the court a lot. As that pass is deflected by Whitney Campbell. Hayes taps it out and gets called for another foul. Didn't get her feet set. And now it looks like Hayes will be checking out after the 2 quick fouls there, Braden.
I'm hoping we'll see some more minutes from Jazzy Hayes there.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. It's early in the game. I mean, Coach Michon playing it safe there. But that was Steele who just tapped the ball out of bounds. And now the trigger goes in to Adams, who draws another foul.
I'm surprised the travel wasn't called there. Seemed like there was more than 2 steps. But maybe that was only in dreams.
That was a call against Whitney Campbell. And it was on a shot, so it will be 2 shots here for Nora Adams. Misses her first there. Second shot off, won't drop. Rattled out for Adams. Now Campbell goes the other way. Taylor in the corner. Taylor was the player who checked in for Hayes, and that is going to stay with the Red Hawks. Smart play from Steele. And she's just got some good basketball IQ, Brady.
Oh, you can definitely tell. I mean, the aggression that she's playing with and like the basketball IQ that she's got.
Another strong pass across the court. Campbell can't cash it in, but Modesto on the putback does. And the Hawks early on spreading out the points. Braden, we have now 5 different players who have gotten their points.
Yeah. Very spread out across the board. I think that's a great thing to have.
Something the boys team has struggled a little bit more with as Steele gets in the mix is going to stay with the Lions here. Remillard gets it into Toomey. Now Remillard driving to the lane, loses her dribble, out of bounds, stays with Ludlow.
Mason, you excited for the upcoming holiday?
I am, Braden. I think that it's going to, I've got some exciting plans here and there as that 3-ball rattles down from Ava Fries.
Long pass.
Over to Taylor. Now she tries her long pass. Steele on the blocks, travels. And this is something, now you weren't here when we covered their earlier game, Braden News. The first game that we covered for the girls was against East Hampton. It was a messy game for both Frontier and East Hampton, a lot of fouls. And that was something that they cleaned up in their game against Greenfield. very little fouls. And now they're kind of falling back into a bad habit, it seems. As some bodies hit the floor here, jump ball is called to slow things down.
I mean, what you're talking about, Mason, looking at the score differential from all 4 games they played, East Hampton was definitely the closest out of the one, being 56-39. Still a good deficit, but still yet being one of the closest scoring games for them. So
yeah, and from what we've seen, their cleanest game was their biggest win against Greenfield, a 54-point difference, which that's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Great pass to Taylor, now keeping it fast. Tried the backdoor feed, but just a little too strong for Steele.
Frontier's playing with a lot of intensity right now. It's glad to see it.
To the right side, it's Toomey. Now Remillard driving forward, gets knocked down as Campbell punches the ball out. Steele on the fast break, drops it down off the glass.
And it's going to be 4 on the night for Steele.
Hawks crowd getting rowdy over there. Remillard at the perimeter, jump ball, and she's struggling to find some chances to pass it away, Braden. She's gotten stuck in that spot several times now, where she just she dribbles, picks up her dribble, and she has nowhere to go.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we saw that a decent amount last year with the boys especially, but they were able to work on that and get through that.
Yeah.
We'll see if Ludlow can do that this game.
Harrington for 3, too far. DeMayo might want to put back. Michon from the other corner. That goes too far as well. And picking up the rebound is going to be Freese. Brings it up herself. Sees her girl in the corner. Sells it a little short off the rim. And that's DeMayo getting the boards. Kirkendall, left side. Deep 3, Michon a little short. Modesto reels it in, puts it back. Money.
See, Mason, I think one of the key things right now is rebounds. Rebounds, it gives them a lot of second chance opportunities for some points. They're getting offensive and defensive rebounds, which is really helping them right now.
And right there, it's been Modesto all night so far. And now look at the fast motion from the Hawks. Quick passes on the trigger is Kirkendall, who misses it wide, but ends up in the basket off of Harrington. Happy accident for the Red Hawks, but Kirkendall trying to laugh it off a little bit there.
It's a part of the game. One thing I'm liking from Frontier, though, is I like a lot of the quick passes. They're really quick, but they're efficient, too, and they get the job done. They're not too over the top, but they're helping the team out and getting people open and being able to score points.
It keeps the game fast, Braden. It keeps your energy up. It's a great strategy that Coach Michon has been putting on them, and almost a challenge for them. You know, because so many of these players are so talented. They're great shooters. They got a really deep bag.
But I think the passing kind of encourages somebody else to shoot or somebody else to do something like that.
Exactly.
Gives them more opportunities as well.
Exactly. And that's something, you know, if you're practicing, you know, by yourself outside of school as well, you know, you're working over the summer with some friends or something like that, that's the kind of thing where, like, you can't just work on in your garage. It's the passing, you don't have enough room for it there, you know, unless you got a bigger garage than I do. That's all I can say. And another little good thing to mention here, you might have seen him on screen standing up and getting loud, but that's Rowan Modesto wearing a gray hoodie in the stands here, a couple rows back. His sister, Harper Modesto, on the court, of course, tonight, making some big moments early on. And he's there to support. Very proud brother there, and she, no doubt, is very proud of him and what he's been able to do for the boys. And there's Harper getting in the mix, forcing a steal, and now Harrington gets the dribble even, won't fall.
Charge?
It will be 2 shots, yes.
Blocking foul, I think.
Yeah, she didn't get her feet set low enough. But this is where, I mean, you got to give Ludlow a little bit of credit here. They've been challenging the Red Hawks when they can. It's just, you know, the fast motion of the passes that they can't keep up with it right now.
It's a lot to keep up with, which just makes it such a good play. It's so hard to keep up with. It just increases the opportunities for them to get shots off or even another pass, just openings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and here's a stat that isn't too surprising for Red Hawks fans. 8 points on the night. Leading is Addie Harrington, who will cash it in for 2 more. 10 points now because she is leading the Red Hawks in points overall.
Yes.
Now with those 10 points, she's got 61 on the season, Braden.
That's insane. And she's also averaging around 12.8 points a game. I think it's insane.
Now there's Modesto putting it off the glass, and Rowan can't believe it.
Getting hyped for his sister. Gotta appreciate it.
That's gonna be, he's putting on a show in the stands right now. Off the glass, won't go for the Lions. Putback is there. That's Reese Carroll getting her first points, and the heave at the buzzer is a little late. But at the end of the first here, Braden, it's 25-6. Big lead from the Red Hawks. I mean, it definitely can be expected in some ways. We didn't talk too much about the Ludlow team that we're going to be seeing tonight here, but this is a team, I did mention, I think, their lack of seniors last year.
Yep.
Similar team from last year. So how did they perform last year? What might we be expecting from the Lions for this season overall? Unfortunately, it might not be as much as they would like there to be. They finished the season last year with a record of 3-16, 5th in their conference, which I believe was Franklin West, and they failed to make both Western Mass and States. So it wasn't a good showing last year. It was a tough start for Coach Adamopoulos.
Yeah.
But you know, this is an opportunity, I think, where they have a core group of players that, you know, stayed over from last year.
Absolutely.
No seniors graduated. You can build some chemistry. You can build some confidence. Hopefully, win a couple more games. You know, you can't really expect a whole turnaround.
Yeah,
But
you gotta take what you have and build off of it. It's just kind of a process there. You just kind of have to trust it.
Yeah. And we're going to start the second quarter here. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. It will be Ludlow's ball to start things off here.
Boys and the girls is boxing out. One thing nowadays is I don't see anybody boxing out. Even in the NBA, I see rarely enough boxing out.
3 ball from Hayes goes off the iron, and
It's going to stay Frontier.
no, it'll go to the Lions.
Correct me.
It's contention on the baseline. And the Lions come up with it, but Kirkendall gets a steal. She's got Hayes to her right. No look pass. Puts it off the glass, and it drops. Those are Hayes' first points of the night, Braden, which is good to see. She's been a pretty consistent scorer for the Red Hawks, but
Yeah,
more
for
consistent in some other respects. As a fan, almost catches the pass from the Lions.
But yeah, Mason, like one thing I was saying before is there's a lot of lack of boxing out, which is so crucial down in the paint. And I feel like people don't realize the importance of it. And it can really change a game, how much boxing out you can see. So hopefully we'll see some of that from Frontier.
Yeah,
both
it
boys
creates
and girls.
effective rebound chances.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's a whole pig pile
Taking to the floor.
right in the paint. Yeah. It'll stay with the Red Hawks, it looks like. .707 on the clock in the first half. Long pass to Hayes off the inbound. Now it's Kirkendall in the corner. Hayes, pump fake right off the grab and draws a foul. That's going to be a reach against, that's Carly Roman, who is on the call, I believe, yes. Kirkendall gets the trigger. 3-ball, steal off the glass and out. Now Hayes thought about the putback, but now it's Brown. Hayes again. Elbow, and now long pass. Looked like it was deflected for a moment there, but Kirkendall reaching into the bag, pulls it together. Hayes pump fake in the drive. Now Campbell from the deep corner.
Won't connect.
Too far. Kirkendall, 15 to shoot, tries the lane this time and gets shut down. And now that's going to be a jump ball. That's some good effort after the play there by the Redhawks, Braden.
I mean, one thing that I liked that I was seeing is they kept moving the ball around, and they were also moving themselves around, kind of following the ball. And when a shot would go up, either the person for shooting it is following their ball, or someone followed the shot who wasn't.
And that's a great hand from Whitney Campbell to break up that pass. Now Hayes moving quickly. Campbell can't stay in. It was a great thought, but just a little too far.
I mean, most of their passes so far have been really good, and they've been throwing some long ones, some heavers, so you don't want to do what's undone.
6:16 in the first half. Hayes comes up right to the logo to meet her man, and that goes off the front of the rim. Hayes gets the rebound all the way at the arc, keeps the ball. Getting called for a foul again is going to be Carly Roman.
A lot of steals so far in this game, Mason. Only the second quarter, and I think we're getting close to double digits, if not already in there.
Yeah, and the steals have been a big part of Frontier's game for both teams. Backdoor try, not there for Skylar Steele. Loose ball picked up by Roman, who brings it up on the left side. Pulls the J.
Will not connect.
Almost a wedgie. And now Steele scanning the court. Great pass. Campbell can't get the finish, but she gets the rebound. Now Hayes could have had a shot if she got the pass clean.
Got it.
Doesn't even matter.
Mason, I think the best thing we're seeing right now is the passing from Frontier is just on spot. They're doing the smart passes, and they're getting steals just like that.
Campbell again with the smart hands, and now a good feed from Hayes. The
it up
short
again.
jumper.
Is that what, her 8th on the night now?
Yes, it is. 31 total for the Hawks. 5 minutes to go in the half. Tries the blocks, and it's going to be picked off by the Redhawks.
Steal.
Not a lot of hustle on that play, it seemed, from Ludlow. Steele goes down to Tyre Shoe, and Coach Adamopoulos is going to call a timeout here.
I think one of the problems right now is Ludlow's morale, honestly. I mean, being down 9-31 right now is going to be a bit of a struggle to come back from. It's possible, but it's going to be a tough one. So it's just a matter of staying in the game, keeping their heads up in there. They might feel like the world has turned and left them there.
Yeah. It's a tough spot to be in, and you know, especially if you watch the JV game, as some of the players on Ludlow did, you know, you might have expected, geez, we got our work cut out for us. And even just kind of watching some of the videos that even we've put out there of the Redhawks team, it's a tough team to play against. They've got the energy, they've got the chemistry, they've got the shooters, they've got just about everything you can think of.
Absolutely,
and even then, you know, we talk about what was their biggest point margin. It was the Greenfield game, 70 points. And you know what I heard Coach Michon saying after the game? We didn't play to our full potential.
Really?
We didn't play good enough. I mean, we could have played better.
There's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement, and he's got the right mentality about it. He's pushing his team, and they went all the way to the Sweet 16 in states last year, Brayden.
Really?
And I think that they have the potential to go farther than that if they can keep up this energy.
Exactly. If they keep up the way they've been playing, I think they have that.
And it isn't even, you know, do they keep winning games through the whole season? Do they go undefeated? It's almost impossible to go undefeated in basketball.
Very tough.
You know,
very tough
it's
one.
Very, very tough to do.
Games will happen, and there's just going to be off days where it's just not going to work out.
Off days, injuries, stuff like that happens. As now Taylor thought about the shot maybe. But now in the corner, Modesto pulls the three off the back rim. But now they pitch it out to Michon. Taylor tries her luck, and she's got it.
First points of the night for Ashley Taylor.
And first points of the season, too. She's got to feel good about that one. Now she plays the press up top. Pass goes down low. Ooh, and tripped up hard, banging her knee. And the play is stopped there. Ava Fries. Wouldn't be surprised if she gets subbed out here, Brady.
Yeah, it looked like that was a pretty hard fall. It looked like she got her knee pretty good there.
Yeah, just a got tripped up trying to take to the lane, and she'll stay on the court, so staying tough out there is the Lions despite the scoreboard. Now the high pass gets to Michon, but it's picked off by Adams on the left side. The deep two goes too far and off of Ashley Taylor.
I mean, Mason, one thing right now is Frontier's looking pretty perfect with everything. They're getting tons of steals. They're grabbing all the boards that they can, and they're moving around, and they're moving the ball with it as well, which is really important here.
Yeah. They're shutting down the passing lanes pretty efficiently. It's been tough for the Lions to get a lot of clean passes off, especially when you get deeper into the paint. But that's a good move from Adams, drawing the foul.
One thing, though, is Frontier is being really aggressive on defense, which is making it really hard for Ludlow to get any shooting opportunities. So they have to just kind of take it when they have it and just make it quick, which makes it a tougher shot. Yeah,
it also gives the Hawks more time to cash in points on their end and take a little bit more time with it. You know, they have some time to spare here. First one won't fall for Nora Adams. $34-9 is the score. 4 minutes on the game clock. And Adams cashes in her second for her first points of the game. Overhead pass to Rainer Luce. Almost deflected, and now it's stolen. Move forward by Abigail Toomey. Drops it back, and now kicks it out. Toomey wants the two, and she's got it. Only two on that shot. She stepped over the arc.
I think they'll take any points right now, Mason.
Absolutely,
won't be able to
Braden.
complain about it.
But now here comes Harrington. Takes it to her left.
7 points on the night for Addie Harrington.
Now another steal, almost. Harrington would have picked up another steal, but rolled out of bounds. And it's going to be Macy DeMeo coming in for, I think she checked in for Luce. Yes, she did. Now getting double teamed on the far side. Tries the baseline.
It's going to be shooting two, I believe.
Yeah, there will be two shots there for Moret. Already had one trip to the line. Starts her second one off strong. I believe she went 2 for 2 last time she was here.
You're right, yeah. I mean, take any points you can right now. I mean, biggest focus is just kind of chip away at that. It's when it's a big point differential, it's kind of hard to come back. So I think the easiest way to go about it is just slowly chip away at that big number.
Do what you do best. Play to your strengths.
Yeah, exactly.
Be confident in your play. Harrington on the baseline, pitches it out. Michon for three, too far, right to DeMeo, who swings it back out for Michon. She reads Modesto on the jumper. That little teardrop thing of beauty right there. And now Modesto gets beat in the paint, doesn't get the rebound. Stuffed by Liv Michon. And now the lob, Hayes gets there, keeps it in play.
It's going to go Ludlow side.
Yeah. Another good effort right there on the baseline, though, by Hayes.
And I think we also need to appreciate how good Modesto is down in the paint. She's able to get the rebounds, and she's able to get shots up as well and make those shots consistently.
And some interference on the passes there up top from Jazzy Hayes. And now picked off by DeMeo, but she can't hold on to it. Now Modesto does. All kinds of room. Hayes is alone. She can't get the dribble. And now she'll have to recover. DeMeo, high pass, almost lost by Modesto. Put back. Hayes, too short. And it's going to go the other way. Now going down hard is Hayes with Garcia.
It's seeming like as the game goes on, the more physical it gets. We had multiple bodies on the floor ever since the game started.
And that's going to happen when you have a team that's down by this much, Braden. You're just going to be trying to, what can we do? Is there anything that can wear down this team and possibly get us back into this? And you're going to try physicality at some point and maybe try and keep it up. Toomey gets it over to Remillard off of her foot. and it will be Frontier's ball. Oh, no, it was off a Frontier foot.
Say it ain't so.
Moret, Remillard back to Moret, and the third pass is picked off by Hayes. It was right to her. Didn't even look like she was ready for it, and the layup won't go either. Now, all alone on the other side is Freeze. Can't get it to go off the glass. 2 missed breakaway chances for both teams. Now Hayes,
Wide
all
open in the
kinds
corner.
of time.
She's got it. Frontier crowd loving it right now.
Now Freeze tries Main Street, won't go. Harrington brings it back. She wants the lane herself, picks up her dribble, loses it, and it's going to be taken the other way by Garcia. Doesn't have anyone to pass to in front of her, takes the shot herself, short, hacking at Elsa Brown, and DeMeo controls now. Long pass to Hayes, and they get across half court. 1 minute to go in the half. Hayes slashing through. 9 points on the night for Jazzy Hayes. Hitting her stride.
I'm sure more to come as well. And a steal.
Addie Harrington going the other way. She's got Hayes. Takes it herself.
Got
and
it.
it falls. That's 14 for number 3 in white. And the pass to Adams. At the nail.
I think it's going to be called a going Frontier's
That's
way?
a jump ball, yeah. And it looked like it was motion Frontier's way. That was a
Right.
great effort right there. I think Elsa
absolutely,
Brown
yeah.
was on the play.
Good to see her getting some minutes in there.
And now this is a young group right here, Braden. This is no starters on the court right now for the Red Hawks.
I think it's just kind of giving them a chance right now because they have such a lead. They don't need to play their starters right now, so they're just kind of seeing what the bench can do.
Shot clock is off and a high pass. I think that was from DeMeo up top.
Cameraman took a hit there.
19 seconds and counting left in the half. Ball will pass on the other end by the Lions.
Around with the ball.
And now it's picked up. Toomey on the shot, high off the glass. Excuse me, that was Garcia who pulled it. Now Hawks moving the other way. They've got Hayes on the blocks. Won't fall. Rebound isn't there. And the shot won't be off in time from Toomey. That will be halftime, 45-14. The Hawks just having a nice, steady night, rolling along, Braden, and doing an efficient job at stopping the Lions.
Most definitely. I mean, it seems like everything they're doing right now is going great. They're getting plenty of boards. They're getting steals like that. And their offense is just being crazy right now. And especially their defense, too. It seems like they're making Ludlow force a lot of their shots, which in turn makes it just a really poor shot in general. So they're not giving them any shot opportunities, which is a really good thing for Frontier, and I hope they can keep it up.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it turns out in the next half. We'll be back in just a few minutes with half number 2. Hawks up 45-14 against the Ludlow Lions in their home opener. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Braden Repold. We're coming into the second half of the girls' home opener here in Goodnow Gymnasium. They are up 45-14 against the Ludlow Lions. Lions have been struggling on the floor so far tonight, Braden, but the Hawks have been pretty good in a lot of elements, especially in steals, as Skylar Steele can't finish the shot. Rolls out off the rim, but we've been talking about the steals a lot, but we brought up the rebounds earlier in the game, Brain. How are we feeling about them right now? Mashawn's three-ball!
Well, Mason, to talk about what you were saying, I think they've let up only a little bit on the rebounds, but they've been sticking with it pretty well, and they've been sticking with the steals also very well, so it's good to see that. They haven't let up much at all, so I'm hoping they stay like that.
Yeah, and they've also got number 22, Harper Modesto, in the paint, ready for the rebounds at all times. And the steals are coming from just about everybody, and that is a travel call. It would have been a turnover either way, it looked like. But a tough situation to find yourself in for Ava Frights. Now it's Mashawn on the far side. Over to the near side, Kirkendall takes to the top, and now one-handed all the way over to the other side of the court. The three ball isn't there, and it looks like it was a foul on one of the Red Hawks as they vacate the area.
I mean, it's good to see that they're still keeping those passes up. Their passing has been very good all game, so hopefully it stays.
It's been some gutsy passes, but they're playing confident right now.
Exactly, and
that's a high pass from Remillard that's going to go the other way for points for Addie Harrington, extending her total for tonight to 16, Braden.
16, I was off count.
6:50 on the clock. Remillard. Timeout is going to be called by Coach Adamopoulos. That's the team's third timeout, I believe. And I think they've got 5 per game. Per game, not per half. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I think Ludlow needs to be working on is just, as a whole, forcing plays and just forcing everything on the court, because it seems like Frontier has so much pressure on them that they need to force everything. Force shots, force passes, everything like that. Yeah. So I think they just kind of need to calm down a little bit, like just reroute and go back to it, because they're definitely struggling a little bit out there on the court.
Great point, Braden. And you can see it right there in that last play. It was a high, slow pass from Remillard, and that's the kind of thing where, like, you know, you could pass it in a different way, you could look for a different player, but you're getting that kind of pressure immediately right at the logo. It changes the way you think, it changes the way you play, and it changes the connections that are or are not happening on the court.
That's definitely, yeah. I mean, one thing is they're forcing it so much, they have to make these really bad passes, and I think that's why they keep getting these steals. Frontier's been getting so many steals all night, and I think it's because they're forcing all these bad passes from Ludlow that just turn right back over. Yeah.
And the Hawks, I mean, they're coming out of the huddle here just all smiles. I mean, they're having fun playing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is a team that went so far and played so much together last year. The chemistry is unreal as Mashawn can't finish the lay off the glass. Wrestling for it is Modesto.
Jump ball. Looks like it's going Ludlow.
No, it'll stay.
Nope.
Now the trigger goes up to Harrington, who loses it, sends it all the way to the other side. It's Kirkendall. Now Mashawn can't hold on to the pass. Back to Kirkendall at the point now. On the blocks, Mashawn for three.
Takes it.
Too far. Looked like it grazed the glass. And that's going to be a foul on Modesto, it looked like. Yeah.
One thing I'm noticing, Mason, is I see what you're talking about with the gutsy pass. I think I saw, like, what, behind the either through the legs or around somebody a pass there, which is really gutsy. But the thing is, it's working, and it hasn't not been working all game. So if it keeps working, then you can keep doing it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
And there's another point where the pressure pays off for the Red Hawks, and Harrington is on the receiving end for the points yet again. Massive numbers for Addie Harrington, who actually last game, she didn't have the most points, but she had a double-double, Braden.
Really?
Yeah. Double digits in both points and rebounds.
I mean, honestly, not surprising. She's great at grabbing the boards, and she's great down in the paint when it comes to scoring. So she's both good defensively and offensively.
Yeah, it definitely isn't surprising at all as Liv Mashawn picks up her first foul of the night on her reach. Ludlow maintains possession. 5:40 on the third quarter game clock. Almost losing the ball there was Remillard. Now she drives on the left lane and can't put the ball up. No foul called. It will stay with the Lions.
Seems like Ludlow was trying to slow things down a little bit, but couldn't quite get to the pace they wanted and end up forcing something again. And then an easy turnover from Frontier.
And now a strong pass. Harrington again off the glass. Won't go this time. And now trying to move fast the other way. 3-ball, Remillard too far.
Heavily
Looked like
contested.
a good take. Yeah.
Skyler was on that.
But now Kirkendall slows it up for the Red Hawks. 5:10 on the clock. Wide open
Shot goes
three.
up and it's
Harrington,
good.
you can't leave her alone like that.
She'll make those every time. What's that, 21 points now on the night?
Yes, it is. It's laughing at AD Glenn Sullivan getting his dribble back and tossing it into the Lions as they get it across half court after a hesitation from just a one-man press with Michon. Now, ooh, that's a tough fall right there. And now heading right back the other way is the Lions.
Euro step.
Great move. Can't get the finish as Remillard still somehow stays in bounds. Launches it, and it's deflected out of bounds. And Michon says, slow it down a little bit. We've got some time to kill here.
Not only that, but they have a plenty good lead. I think that's, what, 45, I want to say? Somewhere around there.
But heading to the bench now, that was Ava Fries who fell down again. Looked like her ankle folded underneath her or something.
Yeah.
And so it looked like she wasn't favoring any ankle when she was out on the court. Nice backdoor feed. Steal, it rattles down. 4:10 to go. Almost gets a steal from Skylar.
She's been pretty good on those tonight.
She reads the passes. She picks up on the patterns, and that's what you got to do as a smart defensive player. Now she feeds it to Hayes, who takes it back out to the arc. Steal on the blocks. Now
goodness.
Campbell. Oh, that was a great sequence. Just couldn't get the finish. 57-14, Braden. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Standing shot is made from Maddie Riley.
One thing I think we got to appreciate, Mason, is Skylar Steele's ball knowledge right now, because she's able to throw some absolute dimes of a pass from very deep, and she's able to get shots off, and she can read the court. She can read both teams, her team and the other team, especially when it comes to the passing. And she gets
Harrington all day, and she rattles that out. Now the Hawks recuperate. Floater from Hayes drops down.
11 on the night for Hayes.
And now Ludlow moves fast. Riley puts it up, doesn't go. It's out on her. Red Hawks ball, and Ashley Taylor going to come in for Addie Harrington. Give her a break here. Yeah, 21 points on the night. And
she definitely needs it.
Yeah, plenty of other I mean, she's picked up a few steals, plenty of rebounds as well. She's been all over the place. So have the rest of the Hawks, too. They've been playing great tonight. And now
I think it's been like an equal contribution, which is a great thing to see. Really working as a team here.
Now it's dished out. Hayes for three off the front of the rim, and punched out by Ashley Taylor will be Ludlow's ball. But a nice defensive play to slow things down from the senior captain. Now a deep ball
Comes with a quick shot.
off the front. She really wanted that, though. She was calling for it. That was Garcia on the pole. Campbell sees DeMeo and travels as she was trying to hold on to the ball to bring the dribble down.
I'm not too sure how to feel about that last play there coming from Ludlow Mason. I feel like taking a three that quick was not the move to go. I feel like they should have slowed it down a little bit more.
I think they're getting a little bit ahead of themselves in some instances. Garcia really felt that she had some room, and now Remillard is down hard behind the play.
Oh.
And now it will be intercepted almost. DeMeo thought about pulling, and we might see a stoppage of play, but we don't. The three ball doesn't go down for Hayes, out of bounds, and now
we have the stop. This is not looking good.
Looked like an ankle That rolled underneath her, and they're going to take a quick break on the court to tend to Riley Remillard, and we're going to take a quick break here. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Remillard was helped off of the floor by some of her teammates and is being tended to on the bench right now, but now Hawks have possession, and it looked like Taylor's left foot jumped out of bounds there, yeah.
I mean, honestly, it feels bad for Ludlow because that is the last thing they need right now is an injury for one of their players,
absolutely.
and it looks like a pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
To carry her off the court, so.
Definitely out for the rest of the game and, you know, potentially for future games as well. Hayes lays off the fast break, slows it down. Now she has some room to maneuver and a deflected pass. Good hands there from Frice. It's good to see her back out on the court as she receives the pass.
And the shot is
nice
good.
Shot right there to finish the job.
Kind of break the ice there. It's been a little bit since a score from Ludlow.
Yeah, Ava Fries laying it off the glass with a nice finger roll. And Hayes surveying the defense. Now it's Taylor, slings it down low. DeMeo works it back up. It's poked out and will stay with the Hawks. We haven't seen a lot of starters out for the Hawks in recent minutes.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's too much of a need for the starters right now if you take a look at the scoreboard.
Yeah. Hayes up top. Plenty of passing for the Red Hawks around the arc. Yeah. Trying to find a way into the lane. Hayes pulls the jumper.
Beautiful shot, Mason. She saw the vision right there, had a second spare, went up for it and got it.
And if you're talking about the Hawks as like two different units here, Braden, we hit just under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Look at the handles there from Fries.
Really working down in the bag.
Lost it for a moment at the end there. Looked like it might have gotten poked out, but it will stay. Yes, it will stay with the Lions. Flip scores here, 61-16. Hawks have a massive lead as that ball is popped in the air.
Modesto gets a hand on it.
That's turned the other way. Hayes will slow it down, and now Jazzy Hayes with just 35 seconds to go. Hawks, it will stay with them. It looked like that was Nora Adams who got the last hand on it. About an 11-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here. Taylor looking for someone, and it's Hayes way up top. From the logo right now is Hayes. Now it's Taylor, back up to Hayes. 25 to go. Now it's loose. 3-ball, Hayes. She got it.
Can't make the mistake of leaving her open, Mason.
Racking up plenty of points here at the end of the third is Jazzy Hayes.
She's been shooting the lights out tonight.
Under 10 to go. Shot clock is off. Now they pitch it back out. Looking for a last-second shot. Who's it going to be?
Quick shot
Screen
here.
is there, and they send the pass the other way to Rainer Luce. No shot at the end. 64-16 at the end of 3, Braden. And what I was saying before, which we didn't really get time to, things picked up a little bit there at the end of the third. But if you think about the Red Hawks as 2 separate units, you got your A team and your B team. A team is your starters, of course. Your B team is kind of who we were seeing out on the court right there. And Jazzy Hayes, when you get Hayes out there on the court with, most of the B squad, if that's how we're going to coin them right now, she really starts to shine. She's a great playmaker. She's got a really deep bag. And taking shots and making them from just about anywhere. Right now, she's got 16 points on the night, just 5 shy of Addie Arrington.
Oh, yeah. And one thing I think it's great to see, she's being a facilitator on the court. She's making calls and plays, and then eventually those will lead to points, and she's been shooting great so far. I don't know the statistics right now, but I know she's been hitting a lot of her threes, which is great to see from her.
And she's a confident player, even if she doesn't necessarily connect statistically in a very high percentile.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the confidence and if knowing yourself. When are you going to take the shot that you want to take? What is the shot that you want to take? And you have some players out on the court that are hungry for some points. And like you said, a facilitator, just managing that a little bit better.
And it helps to know your strengths and weaknesses too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And she does a great job of that when she's on the court, even if it's her plus the 4 starters.
Most definitely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I've been very impressed with the way that she stepped up this season. We saw a lot of exciting things from her last year as well, I remember. And I think you can remember that, too, from the games we did together. Yeah. And so it's great to see some younger players like her really rising to the occasion in this season, which, like I said, could go really far. I would not be surprised at all, especially in Western Mass. The Western Mass run was cut short last year with a loss to, I believe it was Pope Francis, who beat them in the first game of Western Mass.
Yeah, I mean, Frontier's bench just runs really deep, and that can be said for the whole team. There's so much talent on the team, which is great to see, which gives them a lot of opportunities and chances at this.
And that was Carly Roman who was getting in the mix there for the Lions, but the jump ball is lost after the scuffle to the Red Hawks. And now we're getting a mixed bag of players. Rowan Riley starting up with the rest of the starting 5. Steele thought about the back door, but she keeps it herself. Gets the screen from Kirkendall. Now it's Modesto on the blocks. Michon. Riley doesn't want the shot. Kirkendall doesn't want it either. Now on Main Street. What a nice reverse right there.
Now that we got some of the starters back out, you can see those passes coming back from before.
And that's what I'm talking about with the good chemistry, Braden. They've known each other for at least a year or more now on the court. They've known each other, and they know how they play. They know where they want to go, what their strengths and weaknesses are. And knowing your teammates like that, it makes all kinds of difference in game. Yeah. Deep 2 from Michon is too far. Steele on the board, slings it out. Michon, where does she want to go? And it's Riley who dumps it back down. Now Modesto can't get the finish. Didn't look like she had her head up to see the hoop.
No, it looked like she was a little bit down low.
Yeah. But now, that's Garcia. And now Roman, driving on the right side, puts up the hook, and it's not there. Reeled down by Modesto, who got plenty high up for that ball. And it's a 50-point lead for the Red Hawks right now, 66-16.
One thing you were talking about before, Mason, with the chemistry between the team, I think that allows a lot of synchronicity, which is crucial for the team here.
And that was Modesto trying to get it over to Rowan Riley quickly.
Bit far.
Yeah. And this is Riley is a player that I think they're wanting to see score some points out here tonight. She's got an opportunity to, and like you were talking about the depth of the bench, it's a really important thing, especially when you talk about, some injuries that might happen. Like, what happened with Remillard in the game today for the Lions? Yeah. That's something where, if you don't have a solid backup for her who doesn't have game time and experience like that, it's going to be a big issue, especially as you get further and further along with more important games.
Yeah, I mean, the talent for Frontier has definitely been spread out along the whole team. It's a very talented roster, which is great to have here.
As now Riley sets a screen for Michon. It's dumped in. Modesto couldn't quite get it to Riley there, and now it's moved the other way. Nice pump fake, and the drive, fade doesn't go. Rebound loose. Adams draws the foul.
Should be heading to the line.
It's a good play on the low paint right there from Adams, and she's had a couple chances down there as well. Come up with a foul most times, I think, Braden.
Yeah.
Coach Michon drawing up a play as now this is going to be Modesto subbing out here as she's in foul trouble. 4 fouls on the night right now. Might not see her back just to try and keep a record clean here.
That's fair, yeah. We're getting kind of close to the Greenfield score here with a win from 70 to 16. You think we might see something like that similar?
I wouldn't be surprised, Braden. But the Hawks will bring it up here. Michon attacked, and now it's Kirkendall in the corner. Surveying.
Big lob.
Steele brings it down, calling something out. Kirkendall dishes it out. Brown, the jumper, doesn't fall. It's a good take there.
Oh, yeah.
From Elsa Brown.
Great passing as well.
And she's playing the position of Modesto right now, center, right in the paint. She's going to be facing Nora Adams as she gets the ball, but it's taken away by Rowan Riley. Good steal there, and now she dishes it back off to Kirkendall, who gets pressured past the half-court line. Riley. Now it's Steele. Bit of confusion there in the corner, it seemed. 2 players in the same place.
A little bunched up.
Lob across the court. Riley takes the 3 ball. She's
good.
got it! Rowan Riley, what a shot.
First points of the night.
That's a great moment right there, bringing the total to 69 for the Red Hawks.
I think they'll be able to outdo their Greenfield win.
Ludlow looking for an answer here. Poked away by Rowan Riley.
Like Rowan clamps.
She's starting to get into her comfort zone right here. And now it's Michon swinging around the horn. Steele in the corner. She wants it. Can't buy it. Just under 4 minutes to go. Moving fast is Freeze and will stay with the Lions. It's been a quiet fourth quarter here, Braden, in terms of fouls. Only 1 so far that went against the Red Hawks, and that was the 4th call against Rowan Modesto. Or not Rowan Modesto, Harper Modesto. I'm going to be doing that all year. I already know it. 3 ball, Freeze.
Ooh,
off the rim. 3:35 left in the game. DeMeo goes through her hands, but Riley is there to recover. Sends it back up top, deflected, and won't be a back court. Or no, it will. Oh, she did touch it last. I saw the deflection, and yeah.
Unfortunate for Frontier.
It'll be Ludlow's ball here. Taken up by Freeze. She's had a pretty good night so far. All things considered for the Lions. 5 points.
Using the body down there in the paint.
That's a great job from Reese Carroll. She has the most points. I was going to say Carroll and Freeze are tied right now for the most points for the Lions. But now with that bucket, it's going to be Carroll on top with 7. And it's a smart play. You go down to the blocks, and that's what I was talking about before, Braden. You play to what you're comfortable with, your strengths, and if it's playing on the blocks like that, that's exactly what you got to do.
Yeah, that's where you should be. Getting down in the post.
2:50 to go. Riley gets the ball at the arc. Didn't want to pull it, but Brown can't get the shot, and it'll stay with the Red Hawks. The fans really pushing for Riley and Brown to take some shots here. These are players that don't see a lot of time on the court in some of the more contested games for the Red Hawks, so any chance they can get to score is going to be a huge moment for the fans.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it'd be great to see them get some points because they're all very talented players. They just
don't
unfortunately get much minutes to show so, but hopefully we'll be able to see it tonight.
2:34 to go. Looking for someone on the floor is Freeze.
Goes to the ground.
Jump ball going to go to the Red Hawks. Riley off the trigger, and now it's over to Hayes. No starters out again for the Red Hawks. Riley, now Campbell, back to Riley, takes the three. Won't go this time, was from the same spot.
Bit far to the right.
And now Campbell, down low, but that's DeMayo with it. Riley wants it again.
She's got it.
Great night for Rowan Riley.
Getting her moment in the spotlight.
Under 2 minutes to go now. And the Hawks with that shot break 70. And Riley putting the clamps on Ava Fries.
It's going to be the girls' highest scoring game so far, Mason. Great to be here in the nest as well.
Yeah, it's a great way to come home after the road trip to start your season.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be a foul on Rowan Riley.
Had to even out a little bit.
Yeah. In the corner, now in the paint, out of bounds, will stay. Looking for a trigger here. Someone in the paint, and Fries just hits it off O'Reilly.
I mean, it's a smart play. We saw Sky do that earlier.
Yeah, just trying to buy some time, reset. Yeah. And now they almost get someone underneath, but DeMayo rips it away.
Like she's got some surf wax. Get a good grip on that ball there.
And now Fries almost pulls the jumper, but there is Carroll almost getting it down.
Jab step from Jazzy.
Good handles again from Hayes. Hawks setting up a play here. 1:20 on the clock. Now it's Campbell. DeMayo. Hayes in the near corner, drives the baseline. Brown is there, has to pitch it back out. DeMayo for three, too far. Hayes gets the boards, keeps it in place somehow.
Oh.
And now Brown going to pick up a steal for the Red Hawks. Over to Riley. Shot clock is 20 seconds roughly under the game clock. Hayes got to pass it forward. Out of bounds, stays with the Red Hawks.
Intensity definitely picked up a little bit there, Mason. Back and forth, and some bodies going to the ground, too.
Now it'll be a 23-second difference of the shot clock. Riley in the corner, it's Campbell. Looking for a little more as the Red Hawks. Campbell. Up top, Riley. Campbell again. She wants the three. Too far. Put back, DeMayo. Buddy Holly. And the shot clock is going to be off here with 15 seconds to go.
Can't say we didn't expect something like this, Mason. I mean, we had a pretty good idea about it.
But it's a great way to come home for the Red Hawks to a nice, loud student section, getting behind some of their players, as it looks like Hayes will just dribble it out now. And that is going to do it. The highest scoring game for the Red Hawks so far in the season. They will go to 5-0, a 5-game win streak to open up what has proven to be a very exciting and promising season, Braden.
Absolutely.
They win their first game at home against the Ludlow Lions 74-18, and leading the charge in all of that was Addie Harrington, who we didn't say her name a lot in the second half, which, really can emphasize the caliber of which she was playing for most of the first half, a little bit of the second. But she had 21 points total. Coming up right behind her was Jazzy Hayes, who had 16.
I mean, yeah, they were both playing really good, especially Addie. She was putting the work in down in the paint, both offensively and defensively. She was getting plenty of rebounds, and she was getting plenty of shots off down there, which I think is really crucial. Yeah,
absolutely. And, I mean, you can't discount the people who aren't getting the points, people who are grabbing boards. I mean, Modesto had a few points to show for it, 10 on the night in total. But, I mean, just having someone that is that dominant in the key like that, Braden, it's a huge difference maker in the whole game, and just in the mental aspect of what can you prepare yourself for and who are you relying on. And like I said, it goes back to the chemistry and how much you trust the players you're on the court with.
Absolutely.
And the trust level is through the roof with this team.
Yeah, definitely going to say, it seems like they all have great chemistry and they're all really synchronized, which kind of helps them out. It helps them with the passing, grabbing boards, making shots. It just kind of helps them all as a whole. And results in games like these. So
yeah, absolutely. So their next game is going to be against Franklin Tech at Franklin Tech on the 27th. We'll try and get out there if we can. But thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. Final score is 74-18. Hawks take home their 5th win, first game at home. Ivan Mason-Smith here with Braden Repole. Thank you all very much for watching Frontier Community Access Television. Good night.